I am underway. Pristine conditions of Tasmania. Not much wind today until I turn the point. I should probably pick up about 10 knots. Hi, my name's Shane. I'm currently attempting to sail from Kettering in Tasmania through to Saint Kilda in Melbourne. I'm on my way now to Port Arthur. I've literally just entered the Southern Ocean, so a bit of a look around. You can see the steep waves. Yeah, wish me luck, and I'll try to get a few photos and things along the way. Hey guys! God. Hey guys! Hey, so here we are. Just went through a very choppy river, which the camera doesn't do justice, but the scenery is spectacular. Cliffs all the way. Had a pot of dolphins following me for a while. That's Port Arthur, straight ahead. So we're on our way. Yeah, weather's been beautiful. Waves are a bit bigger than I was hoping for, but the boat has held up like an absolute champion. So just coming into Port Arthur now. That's the entrance to Port Arthur. The seas have been really gnarly, but good. We've made it successfully. The boat's looked after me. So yeah, I think another half hour maybe I'll be probably at a good place to anchor or pick up a mooring ball. Beautiful skies turned out. Valetiers looking good, looks a little bit wet. We did about, well, I don't know, probably a good 20 minutes of just wide knuckling coming out of the heads. The boat was just getting thrown all over the place. But yeah, surprisingly well, worked out awesome. Alright, bye. So you go, here's my view for tonight. So stay on board at the moment, I'm sleeping right there. There's like a king bed at the back there, but yeah, it's full of sail stuff. Yeah, so this is Safety Bay, which is the first bay as you come into Port Arthur. And there's me looking super sunburned, even though I had a hoodie on all day. Food, look, I've got heaps of pasta, a bit of salad up there, there's a bunch of canned food stashed away in some lockers. So yeah, should be good. I've got heaps and heaps of water. I got water up under that V berth there, plus I've got bottles of water, and yeah, all are self-sufficient. Alright, so underway. I've just left Safety Cove in underway. I've just left Safety Cove in Port Arthur, and I'm heading to either Fortescue Bay, which is only about 3 hours, or Maria Island, which is probably about 9. So I'll see how I go once I get around this point up here, work out what we're doing. But already the sea looks a little bit calmer, just sort of slow rolly waves, which is what we prefer to what we got through yesterday. Yeah, I'll try to get some good pictures along the way. Thanks. So much better weather today so far. As you can see, it's quite flat here now, just a few slow rollers coming through compared to what we've gone through yesterday. Much better. Some of the cliffs at the entrance to Port Arthur, some of the beautiful rock formations over there. Looks like it's going to be another cracker of a day. Morning, honey. We're underway. So, yeah, probably 9 hours to get to Maria Island. There's a few rollers coming in already. I don't know if you can see those. But a lot calmer than yesterday. But yeah, still a fair few big waves. Some of the beautiful coastline. Yeah. So once I get around this point, which takes me about 2 hours, and then an hour after that there's another place I can stop at called Fortescue Bay, which, depending on how I'm feeling, so I'll be honest, I'm exhausted. I just, with the adrenaline and everything, couldn't get to sleep last night till pretty late, like after midnight. I was sort of laying there, and the boat was rolling a lot as well. So yeah, depending on how I'm feeling, I may just stop there for the day, and then do say 2 short days, a 3 hour and a 5 hour, or 4 hour and a 6 hour, depending on how the weather goes. Yeah, alright, hope you have a great day. Bye. Really hoping that these actually do justice when I print them out. these cliffs behind me. That's where I'm heading, through that gap right there. Pretty spectacular. Look at these cliffs, they are massive. Morning. So just made my way through those heads there. Look at these towering cliffs all around. Impressive. And here we have some more amazing cliffs. Well, here we are, coming into Maria Island. It's mainland Tasmania over there. That is the Southern Ocean just there, which it's got a little bit of action on it, but it's not too bad today. Today's been a very cruisy sail. The wind vane's done, the autopilot's done most of the work. Had the sails up for a while earlier, but now the wind's just too inconsistent. Hey, so currently just about to enter Maria Island, which is that island there. That there's mainland Tasmania over here. So I'm going to go to a place called Chinaman's Cove. So Chinaman's Cove is literally just over there. So it looks like another successful passage, although I haven't dropped anchor yet, so we'll see. Okay, so start of day 3. We're off to Wineglass Bay today, and we are under sail. Currently doing about 5.2 knots in about 8 knots of wind. So I think once I come out of this bay and back into the ocean, I should get into about 12 knots. So that should, hopefully pick it up. I got double reef in the main, and the head sail's all the way out. We're on a beam reach, but we're slowly moving into a close reach for those that follow the sailing world. So sporting the new look, the latest in fashion and sunscreen protection. Just about to come through some heads. I think it's the furlong heads, maybe, something like that. So thinking about my new fashion look for sunscreen protection. Sure it'll catch on well. Just about to come through these beautiful heads here, and that'll pull me back into the edge of the Southern Ocean. I'm thinking about going past Wine Glass Bay and just going right through to Bass Strait. It's about a 2-day, 19 hours to 3-day sort of trip, depending on how that plays out. Catch on and be everyone's favourite. So this is pretty much what I've been doing today. Beautiful views and reasonably big seas. And as you can tell, we're getting a lot of spray around the place. So this is how my day's been. Spectacular views. Rough sea it is. A lot of water going on. Across the deck. But yeah. I'm trying to keep myself protected from the sun. And yeah, the boat's handling well. The engine a bit iffy, but luckily we've got sails. But we have faith in it. So far so good. So this is sunset at Wine Glass Bay. Hopefully the rolliness will stop shortly. There's a couple other boats here, but yeah, very beautiful. Good morning, land lovers. So just leaving Wine Glass Bay. Snow covering the mountains. Heading towards those rocks. About to head into 17 knot winds. It's probably going to be gusting into the low 20s. So yeah, hopefully we have some good sailing in. Probably going to stop about 4 hours away at Bishu Bay and pick up fuel just in case. We've got a few empty jerry cans. So. Depending on the tides and how easy it is to get in, otherwise I'll push on a little bit further. Yeah, beautiful place, Wine Glass Bay, very rolly though. No matter where you anchor up, it just rolls non-stop. Well, an absolute go here. Oh, so here we are currently sailing after losing my anchor. This is my setup inside. My shorts are wet as from my stupidity of losing the anchor. That's what we're currently doing, 5.6, 5. 5.3, does get up to 7.6 a little bit earlier. Going down a wave, that's what it looks like outside. Very scary. Got the autopilot there doing my driving for me. There's all the big seas. Listen to a bit of wind. Out there, so I know I've got a couple of rocks coming up, so I'll start moving in shortly. Yeah, that is sailing with Shane. So we are back sailing. The barbecue lid keeps coming up. So currently I'm heading down towards St Helens, but I lost my anchor. Anyway, it's another story for another day, but stupidly lost my anchor and all my chains, so I'll be sailing now till I put it in a slip in St Kilda in a few days. My plan is probably follow the wind down now for maybe 4 or 5 hours. I think the wind turns around, so I'll then follow it back up, hopefully get out into the Straits probably mid-afternoon tomorrow is the plan. My setup, this is normally where I sit. Tiny bit of head sail there. Crazy strong. Seas are a bit skippy as well. Yeah, when I'm inside, basically this just spins around into my inside setup, and then I can sit here and make sure the boat's on track. That's pretty much yeah, that's pretty much it. Good morning, the morning update. Last night went pretty smooth. A little bit tired today, but I slept for a fair few hours this morning. Yeah, just really choppy, changing winds. Every time I wanted to go somewhere, of course it was straight into the wind, and this boat does not like to go very close to the wind at all. Currently got 2 reefs in the main, all of the gentle are out, and we're on a straight course to Bass Strait pretty much. So we're not doing much speed at the moment. I think I'm doing currently 2.6 knots, so I probably should get to the pass that I need to go through somewhere around about 7 o'clock, I guess, which will then put me through into Bass Strait. Yeah, winds look good. Should be a bit of heavy wind when I first get there, but it should pass pretty quickly, and then be cruisy, great days. Meanwhile, it's a perfect day to be sailing. It's amazing what a cold, rainy, wet, massive wave night can be, and you just think, why am I doing this? And then you end up on a day like this where the sails are full, the wind is beautiful, it's all good. Hey, so just leaving Bass Strait, going into Bass Strait. So that's mainland Tasmania over there. That's the Furno Islands to my right, just there. Australia's that way. Got a massive tidal current, unfortunately. I I set my alarm to I heave to on the boat and set my alarm to wake up at 1 o'clock, and I set it for about 11:30, and then my phone went flat and I woke up at 3, so I actually missed the total tidal run. So I'm having to motor. At the moment I got my motor going flat out and I'm doing barely anything, like 1.5 knots, where I should be doing like 5 or 6. Yeah, anyway, I'm coming towards the end of it, so hopefully that's good. Using up more of my valuable fuel. Yeah, that's about it. Alright, see ya. Good morning, it's a little bit after 5 o'clock. Everything's going smoothly. It's a little bit dark in this picture, but allows you to see the sun coming up behind me. I've currently done 86 nautical miles in the last 26 hours, so pretty slow going. But I should pick up some wind by hopefully about 11 o'clock. I should be far enough along that I'll get those winds that are coming through, and then it should be fairly heavy winds, sort of up into the high teens, early 20s. Yeah, so hopefully that'll pick up some speed and some time for us. Everything's going well aside from that. Got a little bit of rest last night. Yeah, all good. Hey, so, get my hand out of the camera. Here we are crossing Bass Strait. Currently, I'm heading in the wrong direction because I've got a wind coming straight at me. So I'm having to tack around, and this is about as close to as I can get. Couple of reefs away, all the head sails out. We're running on a decent angle. There's no land anywhere around. Haven't seen any dolphins. Still see a few seabirds out and about. This is my mate, old Squeaky. He is a lifesaver. Trying to hand steer this would be virtually impossible. And my wind vane has a few issues. One of the bottom supports broke off, and it sort of reefed over, hence my job of tying it all down to keep it upright. So I've taken both the bottom supports off it. Yeah, so that's a job to get fixed and engineered. Aside from that, everything's good. Been drinking plenty of coffee, plenty of food. Inside's in reasonable condition. I've got that set up as a bench at the moment, but obviously it does turn into a table and chairs. I've been sleeping here. These mouldy old pillows. Yeah, looking forward to getting everything out of here and giving it all a clean when we get back to Saint Kilda. Whoa! A few waves coming that way, pushing the girl around a bit. But yeah, everything honky-dory. Unfortunately, my timeline has blown right out. I was becalmed for maybe 8 or 9 hours yesterday, and then having to fight my way through the rip as well. Between Cape Barren Island, which is part of the Furno group, and Tasmania, it has a big tidal run. I was hoping to hit it at 1, but it took me a lot longer than I thought to get into there. So by the time I did actually get into it, it was probably around about 4 or 5. It was probably around about 4 or 5. Yeah, so I ended up having to motor a fair way. I haven't got much petrol left with me. I've got a quarter of a tank, which means I'll be sailing all the way. And then I'll have some engine left to get through the rip into the mouth of Port Phillip Bay, and also to pull into the slip at Saint Kilda. Yeah, it's about all there is to it. Yeah, it's been nice. It was nice being becalmed this morning. It was like barely moving. I was able to have a wash and a shower and that. Yeah, been eating pretty well. A lot of carbs. I'm hanging out for a steak and a beer. they're my number one priorities when I get back, which hopefully will be, look, there's meant to be some solid winds coming through today, up to sort of 23 knots, and then the following day as well, and it should hopefully be going downwind the following day. So today's Sunday, I'll make it as far as I can today, but I would say hopefully tonight around 11 o'clock, those other winds will shift in, those 23 knotters, and yeah, and hopefully we'll be able to get onto a reach, yeah, hopefully a broad reach, but if not a beam reach into those, and then the headwind should take us in the rest of the way. So in theory, I should be in, I would think probably Tuesday, yeah, probably late Tuesday afternoon. So had I motored, definitely would have done it in like 2 days, but yeah, without motoring, yeah. All right, that's about all I got. Like and subscribe. Hey, so we are definitely in Bass Strait in mid-20s, I would guess. Probably gusting into the 30s. It is hectic out there. Massive waves and seas crashing across the boat. Everything's reefed down. Just got a second reef in the head sail. And if I can crawl out of this little bunk here, I'll give you an idea of what it looks like out there. I've just come back in because my head sail let loose. And so I've pulled that completely in because we had the tow rail in the water pretty much the whole time. Let me just get up without hurting myself. Wait for the right wave. Okay. Holy moly. So that is what Bass Strait looks like. Giant waves. Say the wind is gnarly. Boat's holding up like a trooper. So I'm guessing they're probably 2 metre waves. But they're spaced really close together. So ideally you want them like 10, 12 seconds apart. Whereas these are really close together. Anyway, that's what I'm up to today. Yeah, she is wild and woolly. Alrighty. Yeah, we're in some serious waves. This is what the inside looks like at the moment. It's been shaken to pieces, which it looks like outside those windows. And that looks like, you got how high the boat goes up. Notice the wind vane is gone. That's now been disassembled and is on the floor here and here. Had to pull it apart in at that point it wasn't as bad as this. It was like 17 knot winds. Yeah, this is in the mid-20s, gusting to the 30s. I have 2 reefs in the main. That's the only thing I've got up at the moment. Just because these waves are knocking us around too much to have the head sail out. Even the stove's gone knocked for a 6. So I think we have probably another. Whoa! What's the time now? So the time now is 8:16. I think this all finishes or gets a bit more mild. I'm not sure the waves are going to change, but the winds will die down a bit around about 11. So another 4 hours or so. Had water coming back in my sink. I closed the sea cocks on the toilet, but yeah, didn't close the ones on the on the sink. So I've had seawater come on to fill them in. But as far as I can tell, that's the only real water in the boat at the moment. So yeah, that's where we're at. We're not doing great time. We're doing 3 knots, 3.2. Sometimes it goes up to into the 4s, mainly when we're crashing down a wave, and then it goes down to 1.2 when a wave smashes into us. Yeah, we're not leaning over too bad. The mast hasn't come anywhere near the water or anything like that. If it had, I would pull that head sail down, but we're getting pounded by some waves. But Galatea, she's a boat. She's either 1969 or 1978. I'm not sure which one at the moment. The inside of it looks like it's actually a 70s version, but the only Galatea on there, they made just over about 120 of these. It's the Clansman 30. The only one with Galatea was the 68 version, so maybe. Yeah. So yeah, hopefully, I'm thinking I'm probably still a day and a half to 2 days away from Melbourne, depending on the speed. Once this wind dies down a bit, it's about 11 o'clock. I think it's still going to be in the 20s, 21 or something, but I'll hopefully be able to get some head sail up and we can get it sort of a consistent 5 knots. But at the moment it's just about not having too much up because we don't want to end up in the water. Alright, time for an update. So last night was quite adventurous. It was just chaos all day yesterday. From about 1 o'clock on, my wind vane started shuttering and shaking down the back pulpit, which the wind vane now lives here and down here until I get back to Melbourne. So yeah, I should have, the previous person installed it and the bottom supports just weren't enough, and one of them slipped off and that just started a huge vibration in 70 knot winds. And reasonable seas, probably a metre seas. So yeah, ended up having to dismantle that and try to lift it over the back pulpit. Yeah, so that was fun. And then not long after that, the wind gusts got up into the 30s. I think it was sustained mid-20s, and the seas were just huge, which you would have seen some of the other videos. About 3 o'clock, the winds and the wave both started pushing me towards some rocks, and the autopilot couldn't handle it, so I had to wander out and try to pull that away, yeah, which took a bit of effort. So we ended up having to backtrack. I ended up backtracking about 2 hours, so, and I was doing pretty quick, so I was probably about 10 knots. Yeah, so probably ended up going, yeah, 10 miles backwards, and then had a bit of a on and off sleep, just keeping an eye on things while that happened. And then, yeah, woke up to being becalmed, so we're trying to make up the lost ground. Over here, there you might be able to see those rocks in the distance, and the phone will pick it up. So they were the rocks I nearly ran into. I didn't nearly run into them, I was a fair bit away, but yeah, I just kept trying to trigger the autopilot to pull it up because I just didn't want to be sitting out in the cockpit. It was surfing and pretty intense conditions late at night. Yeah, just cooked up some food. Ooh. Which is some angel hair spaghetti, just because that's so quick to boil. Some really nice pasta sauce and a can of tuna. Well, it's lunch and probably dinner today. I screenshotted a heap of windy forecasts because obviously I haven't got internet out here before I left, and I think I'm sitting in the low, but that's in the middle of some nice 15 knot winds. So hopefully I'll catch up to those winds shortly. Although I am currently doing 1.7 knots, and I think most of that's just the ocean pushing me along. So yeah, that's where we stand today. I was hoping to be in tomorrow, and yeah, if I had 5 knots of wind, I definitely would. But yeah, it depends how soon I can pick those winds up, and hopefully it'll be very soon. And then I just need the time going through the rip to get back into Melbourne. There's an update. Now, you may also be wondering why I just don't turn the motor on. The reason I don't turn the motor on is I don't have any fuel. More for a left. I thought it would be good to actually silent rather than moderate. Because the being become for a couple of decent stretches now. Yeah, I want
too much is falling. Get back from without too late. So, worst case scenario, I should be definitely by Wednesday. Best case scenario, I'll be tomorrow, but once again, that'll just depend on whether I can get through
The heads in the Port Phillip. So yeah, that's why we are sitting here plodding along very slowly. Alright, so the wind kicked in a couple of hours ago. We're cruising along, doing about 6 knots, sometimes up to 7, even hit 8 a couple of times. Heading in to get behind that land break there and give me a bit of shoulder. There's some 20-25 knot winds coming later, so I think that'll break down according to the photos I took of the map. Got the reefed main on. I have a boom retainer on as well. Got the boom sort of banging coming forward. Yeah, absolutely cruising 6.5 knots. Been doing that for a couple of hours now. I'm not sure what the time is. 7:26. They've been doing that for about 3 hours. So my ETA at the moment is probably going to get me in there late tomorrow afternoon, maybe around 5 or something. Which means I can catch the slack tide and then the incoming tide going through the rip at about 7:30, and from the start of the rip I think it's about 32 nautical miles, so that will probably take me around 6 hours or so, 6 to 7 hours depending on the wind. But I'm not sure how well lit the Saint Kilda Marina is, so I may just sort of take it really slow and hang out for the night in the bay and come in early at first light or whatever. That's an update. Waves are a lot more stable now than they were yesterday. Yesterday was absolutely insane. Yesterday from lunchtime to about 6 o'clock this morning, just chaos. Absolute chaos. We've got water all through there. Everything. But the boat handled it well. Had the tow rail in the water a lot. Kept getting knocked down by waves, but no. The mast was never really near the water. I never really felt unsafe at all. It was a little bit daunting, just the noise and things smashing constantly against the boat, but happy with her. She's a beast. She doesn't like going to windward at all, really. I think that's the long keel. I think it's pretty standard for the long keels, but that's my view. Here we are at the moment. Slowed back down. I'm only doing 3 knots. 7:30. looks like the incoming tide is about 3.5 knots, which a lot of boats should be fine like that. Yeah, the extra weight for hours after being at sea for a few weeks. I don't think it's going to make much difference. So yeah, that's the plan way for that, and then I'll just make my way down to Saint Kilda. Couple of big ships there. So a couple of big ships. Still about, I think about 50 nautical miles. No, I can't be 50. Maybe 30 nautical miles. I've slowed right down. I'm doing like 3 knots now. I was due to get to the heads at Port Phillip Bay a little earlier, about 3 o'clock, but it will be the start of the incoming tide, but apparently it's going to be like 3.5 knots, which my boat should be fine for that. But yeah, for the sake of 4 hours to go through and it's a lot less furious, works good. I don't know what that boat is there, maybe a fishing boat, and that one's a big container boat over there. Yeah. Beautiful day. Could be the best sailing day I think I've seen. Sitting on 4.9, 5.1, and then you go down a wave. It's about 6. Beautiful, just coming into the heads. They call it the rip. The heads to Port Phillip Bay. So you need to do it at slack time. Slack time is generally once the bay's filled up a bit, so they say you can tell when Williamstown is at low tide, then that would be the rip, or high tide. So basically you have a 3-hour window where you can get through without having such severe water coming through.
Here we are, early morning, 24th of January 2024, lightning storm is following Shaney in. Tasmania. Shane is going to come from this direction, 15 minutes probably. Big lightning show going on everywhere at the moment. Here he comes, there's his light, I can see him. Ooh, across Bass Strait. Captain Saint Taylor. Legend. Well done, sir. Bang. Here he comes. Absolute superstar. Shane Taylor just crossed Bass Strait alone from Hobart to Saint Kilda. Legend, sir. Legend. Here he is, Galatea, all the way from Tasmania. Shane Taylor, captain. A little hairy on the inbound, but got docked safely. Still in one piece, mate.